believe in contracts, like written contracts, or do you think that they defy your autonomy?
Are you
And
talking in terms of a prenuptial agreement, or
or just any, like let's say a guy is like, here's a contract. If you sign it, I will give you $1,000, and you need to do some work. And you're like, got the money. This is infringing on my personal freedoms. This whole work thing. I'm gonna have to just break the contract with the money, keeping the money.
what do you? I'm sorry. Okay, what's the
So
contract?
is that
Well, no, obviously that's
do you
not
believe in doing that? Really?
Well, no, that's a breach of contract
Oh, which is unethical, you're saying.
and illegal, depending on your jurisdiction.
Oh, right. Okay, thanks.
Are you thinking about breaking a contract?
No! No.
Okay.
Anyway, do you want to talk about Office? What's the Office chat going to be about? What are you talking about this
No,
time?
what the fuck was that?
I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it much. I mean, why worry about it? It's all set.
I'm convinced.
Yeah, see? That face. It's that.
Yeah.
No, really.
That's how you convince people.
Why did you ask that?
I have an anarchist friend who is trying to convince me that I am unethical for expecting people to actually keep up their end of the bargain in a contract. He's like, you're asking him to sacrifice his personal freedoms. I'm like, okay.
If we all did that,
Well, yeah, no,
no one
actually,
can survive.
Well, he's an
here's the thing.
anarchist, so
The thing about the contract is that if you have the contract, you're not asking him to give up his personal freedoms and perform work. You already asked, and they
Right.
agreed.
Right, but who he was when he signed the contract is not who he is now.
And
People
that's
change.
completely irrelevant.
No, you can't sacrifice his personal freedoms, is what my friend was telling me. And that I was unethical for expecting people to do that. I was treating people really poorly by asking them to...
Like chattel, I'm sure. Was the word chattel used?
He's saying that it's like slavery to force people to work after you've paid them $1,000 and you expect them to do the job that you paid them already in advance to do. So then you make them do it. Slavery, the police,
Okay,
the
so
judges, the
Would
doctors,
he
they're all
prefer
slavers.
then that they withhold the money and then he do the work and hope that they pay him?
He thinks that you get the money and then decide if you want to do the work, and then if you don't, then the person who paid you should just learn to not pay you to do things, and that's your gift to them.
So he's a con man. He's a
He
snake
just
oil
doesn't
salesman.
believe anyone should ever do anything they don't feel like doing ever. I
Oh.
think. And that if everyone lived like that, there'd be no... It's like that John Lennon song, imagine there's no heaven, or whatever. Isn't that all about just like not having any rules and just sitting around playing piano?
I think that's just about not having religion.
Oh.
Because
I
I
thought
would
he said something about no countries or no cheese cake. I can't remember the lyrics. Jordan?
Yeah, that was kind of metaphysical, like, hey, imagine if everybody,
He didn't
loved
mean it
everyone
literally.
without borders,
Oh.
and, yeah.
It's
Nah.
like a peace song, just everybody getting along, you know?
Everybody get
Hey,
along.
man.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey
Wow.
man, let all the animals run out and be liberated, man. Don't do anything. They won't kill each other for sure.
You
They'll
guys
be
are
friends and hug.
You're
in the
sticking
woods.
it to the anarchists and the hippies hard right now, Jordan.
Yeah, I know.
It's real jab to the ribs. You can see why you jab the ribs. Deserve it. Yeah. I haven't even had a chance to catch up really on the video game news to chat about, because I've been writing this terribly long Resident Evil 6 feature about Resident Evil in general, but Resident Evil 6 in particular and what I'm hoping it does and doesn't do. Then I accidentally ended up writing about Pac-Man for a long time, and now it's kind of about how Resident Evil and Pac-Man are kind of very similar, because Pac-Man is just survival, whereas Resident Evil took the same premises of Pac-Man gameplay-wise, which is keep your enemies far away from you. You're tempted to run away from them at all times, but if you do, you won't be able to score any points, because in Resident Evil you have to stop and shoot. In Pac-Man you have to run towards them. Anyway, long story short, Pac-Man is survival. Resident Evil is survival horror.
I thought you were going to say they added legs to Pac-Man and you didn't like it, so you don't want them to change Resident Evil because you like it the way it was.
I do talk about how they added jumping to Pac-Mania, which kind of ruined Pac-Man. And that's, to me, what running and shooting at the same time, like in Operation Raccoon City. I want to play that game a little, but I don't want to play it as much as a real Resident Evil game, because I feel as though a real Resident Evil game does not give you that much capacity, that much freedom in your moving and shooting. Guys?
No, I'm sorry. I'm stuck on the Pac-Man thing.
Let's talk about Pac-Man for a while. Talk about it all night. Let's. No. Serious face. Pac-Man is a survival game through and through. The best you can do in Pac-Man is eat and not die, which is survival, I guess.
Can't you win though?
No,
Yes,
just
you
keep
can.
going.
No, there is such a thing. There's such a thing as a perfect game of Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I mean,
Okay,
absolutely.
well then it's a game that can be completed. It can be beaten.
Well, I don't know if in my opinion, getting a perfect, you still die at the end. Unless it's a narrative game, you can't really win it at the end and see the ending, and then he goes on to live a happy life. Pac-Man still dies at the end of a perfect game of Pac-Man.
So Resident Evil 6 is going to have 6-player co-op and 8-player multiplayer.
Yeah, do they mean that? 6-player co-op and campaign? Is that what that says?
That's what the list of features on Xbox.com says.
Yeah, I don't know if that really is going to work for me. We'll see. I'll be open-minded, but it's weird to me that so many of the features that made Operation Raccoon City kind of unique, you know, like it's a co-op squad game, and you can move and shoot at the same time, and you're surrounded by zombies. Then Resident Evil 6 comes out and does all of that some more. So I'm talking too much. Yeah, someone talk besides me. You should shut up.
I'm too busy checking out your VHS collection.
What? Oh yeah! I didn't know you could.
If that's what that is, it's hard to see.
Yeah. Got Jim Cotta. Have you seen that?
I
Oh
have.
God, you have Jim Cotta on
You
VHS?
would have Jim Cotta. You would own that.
It's rather weathered, but it's legit. This is where, speaking of Resident Evil, this is where Resident Evil 4 got its entire premise. It just is the village scene from Jim Cotta.
You know what? The first time I saw that, I had already played RE4, and I thought that exactly.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
scene for scene right there.
It's perfect. I wonder if they'll ever admit to it. I mean, they've admitted to all the other things they've stolen or borrowed, but I don't know if they've ever admitted to the Jim Cotta theft. That's what I got. Liquid Television too? Can't get this on DVD that I know of.
Oh, I love Liquid Television.
Yeah, me too. I actually got that VHS tape from the vault at MTV. They're like, we don't really want these anymore. Do you want it? I have all these Beavis and Butthead tapes that I don't really watch either. But yeah, that's nice. I got that thing from the actual people that made the thing.
Crazy Daisy Ed.
Oh, good memory. Wow. It's like 20 years ago, right? There was a stop-motion animation, kind of a cardboard cutout.
Yeah. He was a Daisy drove around in a tractor at one point, and God, that was weird.
It was kind of the internet before the internet was there.
Yeah,
Liquid Television. Yeah. Yeah, there was no internet back then. That was weird. Remember when I said I was going to stop talking? That's what I should have done.